Alright, well, welcome to the second set of the day. We have a Category B matchup between Clan Argentine D and Ofertas de Steam. Let me quickly change some colors here. I'd like this to be teal, that's easier to see. What about these colors? That's all fine. Alright, we're ready. Now, let me introduce the players. We'll just start with blue. In blue, we got Kirito playing as the Tatars. Alright, we get to see Tatars. We'll talk about that for sure. In the green, we've got Shadow playing as the Persians. Ooh, mysterious. In the teal, we have Kingpin playing as the Mayans. No surprises there, that makes sense. On the other side, for Ofertas team, we have Mad Demon playing as the Vietnamese. Very nice. In the yellow, we've got Virgo Cup playing as the Franks. Why are you guys making all these difficult names for me to pronounce? That's not fair. That's against the rules. I'm just gonna call you Bache now. Anyways, playing as the Franks, no surprises there. In the red, we've got Khoa playing as the Saracens. Alrighty. Oh, I got that sound down, I think, by now, which is yeah, that's against my instinct, by the way, because if I see that letter in Dutch, it would be y, right? Y, not g. It's different. So I want to say Yoa to that, which is that would be wrong. That's what my brain wants to say, and that's what it reads, so I can't help myself. What can I say? Any case, I think for most part, this is a pretty meta Civ pick from all the players here, with the exception of Tatars. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, Tatars can be good on Arabia as well, but they have some things that make their playstyle a little bit different than all the other flank civs. Because for one, no Arbalest. That's kind of a big one. That's usually the go-to unit for the flank civ at the end of the game. Which means that the longer the game goes, at some point Kirito here is going to have to switch into cavalry archers in order to stay competitive. Which is a difficult switch to do, right? Because when do you start going for cavalry archers? Well, it depends, right? It depends. The key with cavalry archers is you need to have a mass before they're viable, just like every other, just like every other archer civ. Milo Bakehoy means I downloaded it today. Oh, that's funny. Downloaded the game today, already playing a tournament. What a beast. Well, as I was saying, so it's about getting a mass with cavalry archers. Now, the difficulty with that is you can only start making these from Castle Age, right? So unlike archers, which you can mass before then, you're going to have to make cavalry archers after you go up. Just like knights. But knights, 2 knights are way more effective than 2 cavalry archers, depending on how you use them, especially in fights. So that's kind of the thing. So when do you want to go for cavalry archers then? The key is, if your opponent still has an army on the field that you haven't fought, it's better to stick with crossbows in Castle Age. Make use of the fact you get Thumb Ring for free, right? And take a good fight, especially using the hill, getting that extra Tatar hill bonus in, which really is a strong military bonus, by the way. Do not take fights against Tatars when they're on a hill. Just leave them sit on the hill. It's not worth it. It really isn't. You take a fight on a hill, most likely. Try to clear up their army. Once that happens, then you switch into cavalry archers. So we have Teal kind of running into the TC here, but does get away. Now, of course, if you take a good fight in Feudal Age and you clear up their army, get up the Castle Age first, right? Then feel free to open cavalry archers. Like, again, that's why it depends, right? It doesn't mean you have to always go crossbows first and then go for CA. If you had a particularly good Feudal Age, it's totally worth it to go for cavalry archers. But I'm saying it's very risky. So if your opponent still has an army, they're going to get ahead in the crossbow count. And at that point, your cavalry archers aren't going to take a while before they can really compete with the archer player. And the problem is that if they then attack, you might be screwed. And if you lose your mass, that's bad. Very bad. But if you can actually get those cavalry archers out, it'll be very, very nice, because they have one more attack than crossbows, which means they can snipe knights much more easily than crossbows can. And of course, you can run away easily, which is why cavalry archers are such an awesome unit. Yeah, don't feel like you can't ever go for cavalry archers in these kind of situations. It's about the transition. That's the critical part. If you can get that right, cavalry archers are awesome. It's really the thing. But yeah. I think Tatars are one of the best civs to switch into cavalry archers because they get Thumb Ring for free, which means your cavalry archers are already strong once you may start making them. And of course, you get that power spike with your crossbows, which means you can take a good fight and go for CA. Whereas other civilizations kind of need to hope they take a good fight and then go into CA. It's always tricky. Anyways, not seeing a whole lot of offensive shenanigans from anyone. We have a forward goal for red though. It's kind of far away. He's walling to the goal as well. Ay. That's not gonna be a safe goal this entire game as a result, because you can get archers right there, goal denied, and then you're kind of in a pickle. Got forward goal as well for blue, but he did not wall that. So that's we'll see how he's gonna wall. It's very open on his side as well. Also notice not a whole lot of hills. It's kind of flat in front of his base, which ironically doesn't favor the Tatar player. You kind of want to have a hill to defend from. Like a nice hill in front would be nice to station your own units on. So yeah. Got a gold in the back for Teal. He's going to wall that in. He's going to be safe as far as that's concerned. Barry's on the front though, so there's something he's going to have to watch out for. We saw Purple already walling to the edge of the map. That's some good scouting from Purple to recognize that this is a safe wall. And now as a result, you have the entire front on completely secured. You just have the wall in the back, which is also where your gold is. So he will have to wall quite a bit before that's safe. It's very open in the back actually, so having the front secure at least is nice. Alright, well that much for talking about resources and all that stuff. For now, we get to watch as players get their military out. You know, you'll see some archers come out from both sides. That is the standard opening after all. And going man-at-arms against a flank player is it's a risk, right? It's all about speed. If you can get your men-at-arms in there before, right? Before they have archers out, it could work. But as soon as archers come out, your man-at-arm rush is dead. So I wouldn't advise doing it with a civilization that doesn't get an eco bonus to justify that. Yellow was quickly walling in his wood line, very nice. Like Ethiopians, for example, are a great civ to do man-at-arms with, because you basically get the upgrade for free, right? It's 100 gold and 100 food that you get at the start of each age. You can easily afford the man-at-arm upgrade with that. So that's why Ethiopians are a great civ for that. Mayans as well, because their economy is pretty sweet. You start with an extra villager as well, so you can actually get faster to the man-at-arm rush, which is critical. We have green trying to keep the walls open as he gets some scouts out. We have a stable up for yellow, kind of in the back of his base. Over here would have been nicer, but that doesn't matter. 2v1 over here, but yeah, one scout does go down. One green scout is still left. Yellow by now has gotten the walls up in the front, so at least there is that. Ooh, some nice walling from red as well. I love the fact that red scouted this and recognized this. Look, he scouted the wood line. Now, I mean, one thing though, I mean, red doesn't see the edge of the map, so technically this wood line could still be open. He doesn't know for sure, so I mean, you definitely want to check that. For example, once that villager's done walling, just click it beyond the wall. If it goes to the wood line, you know there's a hole still. If it starts walking back to your base, you know there's no hole and you're fine. It's just about safety. Because of course, like I always say, a wall with a hole in it is like having no wall at all. Alright, well, we got a little bit of a scout engagement in the back of yellow's base. I think green was just up a little bit faster than yellow was. As a result, now it is yellow who's defending. But that shouldn't last too long though, because yellow's got those tanky Frank scouts with the extra HP, which have more HP than green scouts, obviously, until he gets bloodlines. Yeah, we just got a scout tanking away at the back of purple space. Purple still walling up. Had to do a lot of walling though, but at least because he walled to the edge of the map, Teal will have to go around the left side every time he tries to attack, right? Instead of being able to walk on the right side as well. Like, purple could have just been cheap and walled this, and it would have been fine. But now Teal can't run around, which means he has to go to the middle, which is where yellow can more easily reach him and do damage. This is why I prefer walling to the edge of the map. See, for example, red now, he can walk all the way around blue's base, and he's going to be really far away from green as, oh boy, that house is complete. That house is complete. Blue! Oh, blue! Why not the wall? You had one job. Oh, no! Archer down. The gold might have to be abandoned here, depending on how the fight goes that red takes here. There's a scout here to be annoying, so I think blue will be okay. But man, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad if red had some more archers here. Which red is not. Yeah, he doesn't have some more archers here right now. He's making some at home. Yeah, he's gonna have to run away from this. There's, oh boy, yellow coming in with some scout as well. There's no scouts from green here just yet, so yellow can certainly help in this fight. Yep, yellow reacting to this now. He's going to get in front of red to tank some shots. And now blue is going to have to back up to his base. He did build that house wall, but now his archers are at risk of all perishing here, which is a problem because you do need archers to defend yourself. maybe moving out this far was kind of a risk. Without, you know, if you know that green is not near you, probably a bad decision to make here. And at the Taurus, they have the hill. Doesn't matter because there's only 2 archers now. Green scouts were, yeah, nowhere near this, so they couldn't help. So yeah, blue is going to end up losing all his archers as a result. And now he's forced to drop a tower. Yeah, so I think blue pushing this out with his scout was good, right? It was good. That certainly did a good job. But then he walked all the way out here. I think maybe getting a bit overconfident in pushing out there. Without your scout, you know, without your teammate support, it's going to be really difficult to move out by yourself. You know, yeah. I mean, purple can move out now, you know, because he knows that green scouts are going to be near blue's base. They can see that, or they will be able to see that. So it's okay for him to move out now. Same for teal, because you know that yellow scouts are at blue space as well. So that's kind of the roles that you have to play in a 3v3. You have one side that goes for the 2v1, where scouts and archers collide to attack together, as we have green trying to get it in on the back. Sniped an archer, but yeah, yellow's going to push that away for now. This is pretty well done, It's still dangerous for red and yellow to be around, as blue also sniped a few archers from red, so I think they're going to have to back up here and get some reinforcements. Yeah, so as I was saying, you have as we have an archer fight on the hill here, which is much better for the Vietnamese player. Oh boy, Mayan player's going to have to back up here. Abandon an awesome hill in the front of his base. No longer awesome though, now he will probably hate it. As, okay, teal with the micro though, with the micro killing a bunch more archers than he loses. It's 3 versus 2, which is good for teal. Yeah, so as I was saying, right, you have one side that kind of gangs up together, those scouts and archers together. One side that is kind of like, okay, you're on your own, just wall up, keep yourself safe, and then we'll, you know, see if you can move out on your own, but be careful. That's, it's always a tricky position to be in as the flank. So I found out since I've been playing flank a lot these last 2 weeks to practice for the tournament, darn it. Telling you, being that left alone flank is, sucks. It sucks. Especially when your opponent is like, nah, we're going to 2v1 on you. And then you have to defend yourself. Yeah, so teal doesn't want to move out too much because green is spending most of the time over at blue's side. A lot of Vietnamese archers though. Remember also Vietnamese have more HP on those archers, so they last a little bit longer, so they can tank 1 or 2 more shots actually. As purple gonna snipe a village in the wood line. Nice reaction though from teal, instantly sending his villagers away. Very nicely done. Purple's gonna have to move back. Teal also just clicked up, so did blue, so did red, and so did yellow. And red actually clicking up much faster than anyone else. You know, I wonder, did he use the market? He might have used the market there to click up faster as a result of that. We would, there's no way to know. Actually, let's see. Yeah, actually, there is a way to know. See that right there? Someone has been selling wood and has been buying food. Do you see that? Because the prices are weird. So I think red sold some wood and bought some food to get up faster here, making use of that market bonus that Saracens get. As a result, he now has crossbows versus scouts and archers, which is fairly nice. And blue was so scared of that he made some skirmishes, but that's not going to save you now. Yeah, blue's going to have to run home now. They kill some of yellow scouts, which is nice. We have green going back to yellow's base, pulling the few scouts that yellow has with him, so it should be okay now. Because yellow is just going to go for some knights. Alright, yellow's dropping a 3rd stable, which means more knight production. So yellow wants to get more knights out instead of eco. Right? Instead, green is going for 3 town centers. So these are the 2 options you usually have, right? Either you add a 3rd stable and you go for a lot of knights, or, right, or you go for 3 town centers. Now that means that yellow will be able to get a lot more knights out very quickly and maybe end the game fast, which may be the right call because red is already broken into blue space. Blue is not clicked up yet, so he's certainly, oh, actually clicked up. He's not up yet. He is up now, I meant to say. He's going to get the crossbow upgrade now. Remember, these archers immediately have thumb rings, so that makes them a lot stronger, to the point where red thinks he should probably back off here. Have some knights from green as well, but again, it won't be a whole lot of knights that green will be able to make. I think 6 is probably the max that he will be able to get out before he will have to start investing into more farms and villagers on food. I like the TC spots. Well, actually, I don't like this TC. This TC isn't on wood. Would have been much better to put that on a wood line. No, maybe a TC out here would have actually been pretty good. Not as safe, but it would be pretty good, right? Right. We got Teal running around purple's base. Purple is getting his upgrade, so purple's going to be okay. He's got a giant army, and look at that. Where's Teal's army going? It's on the left, not on the right, right? So he's in a very dangerous space here. Yellow can always come in from the back, and Teal can now X this and say, yo, I need some help. Although Yellow is actually going to go to the left now, which is where the cavalry from Green is as well. We have Red backing up further and further into his own base, keeping his crossbows as safe as possible. I do like that. I also like the fact that he put his gate behind the palisade wall instead of in it, right? Leaves less room to engage for the cavalry player. As now Yellow comes in, Green actually leaving the battle, and now Yellow pushing the Tatar player off the hill. Yellow is getting +2 as well, an upgrade you absolutely need to get in these kind of situations. Green returning to the battlefield right now. And so we have Knight v Knight, but +2 is in for Green. So his Knights are slightly better for at least 20 seconds, but there's simply more Knights for the Franks player here because he went all in. He has 3 stables. He's producing much more Knights than Green is. You see 11 to 9, and Green won't be able to afford a whole lot of Knights now because he's booming on 3 TCs. And Blue is paying the price for this now because Blue is losing all his army. He's trying to do as much damage as he can, but that's not a whole lot of crossbows left. And Red and Yellow are looking poised to break into Blue's base and do the real damage. If the Knights get in, it's going to be really tricky. Also, yes, I like this actually. If you can't immediately break into your opponent's base, what you can do is kill their production buildings. The downside of putting those as part of your wall at the front. Meantime, we have a giant battle of the crossbows on the bottom of the map here. We got more HP for the Vietnamese player. Look at the difference, actually. Look, it's 24 versus 30 archers, but look, it's almost double the HP on these freaking Vietnamese archers. It's crazy. They have 42 instead of 35 HP, so 7 more HP per crossbow. That's significant. We got Yellow and Red breaking through the walls on this side, and Blue's gonna have to scramble to defend himself. Did get a town center up to defend the back of his base. Green is joining the fray as well. We got a siege workshop only now going up. Might have been nice to have that up already. It's hard to afford if you also go for a TC. TC doing its job though. It's pushing back Red and Yellow. So yeah, they're gonna think about going somewhere else now. Very nice. Still have a battle of the crossbows over here. Both players have the hill, except Teal's hill is higher. So in the end, he does get the hill bonus. And look at the difference that makes. Very nice. Siege workshop on the hill. I like that. That's good for defense. We have Yellow and Red moving out there with the army, and it looks like they're looking to hit Green, and Green knows that, which is a great move, by the way, because Green, yeah, he's got a lot of Knights, but there won't be any crossbow support unless Blue decides to walk out of here as well, which Blue is going to do. Okay, Green now aggroed on the hill. Red has a hill. Yellow is here as well. Blue is sending his forces over. Now, actually, this would be a great ruse, by the way. If you do this as Yellow and Red, you know that Blue is going to try to join Green. So what Yellow should be doing is post his Knights in between. He sees it, actually. Immediately pounce on it. Pounce on it, Yellow. Yes, yes, pounce on it. Oh, no. What? Just kill the crossbows. It's like 12, 14 of them. Like, you already baited them to come out of here. Now they're out in the middle of nowhere. Green's Knights are inside of his base. Oh, Yellow! Tactical error, man. Come on, take the crossbows. They're for free. You knew this was going to happen. And now Blue can join up with Green, and this fight is a lot more even now, because it's crossbow Knight versus crossbow Knight. In the meantime, though, we've got Purple being pushed further and further back into his own base to some siege as well, so Purple is certainly going to have an awkward time defending now. It's Purple. Ooh, boy, watch out, Purple. Sniping the Mangonel. One more shot, Purple, though. Ooh! Very tricky. No, Purple. Ah! Oh, you're playing with fire here, Purple. Playing with fire. Jeez. Oh my god. Anyway, Green and Blue still defending. Now that Blue is here, you can actually defend behind walls, which is always nice. We have a siege workshop going up. Not ideal for the pocket player, but still, you need something. So we have a giant shot. Oh, Purple! Oh, get mangonels, my friend. Oh, Mad Demon. Oh. He was ahead in the archer count. Now it's even. 24 versus 21. Yeah, that favors the player with the mangonels. The rams come out as well. And we need a siege workshop, man. A siege workshop. As Purple is, let's see, how much wood does he actually have? Oh, he can't afford one. Well, there you have it. He's been pushed off of this wood line. He has a wood line out here now, so he won't be able to get wood up, but he needs to get that mangonel up soon. Okay, siege workshop going up now. Oh, we have a giant fire. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on just a second. I want to see that. Blind caster. There you go. There you go. Giant fight on the hill as we have green and blue taking a fight against yellow now. Let's have a look at the HP. Look at that. With blue there as well, the knights take a lot more damage. You see yellow's knights disappear as green, with the better economy, 94 to 73 villagers, is now able to start spamming more knights. Red is going to get cleared up, and blue and green are taking back the side. And suddenly, this entire game is turned upside down as we have teal pushing into purple space, red and yellow losing all their army. The score has switched, and a significant lead for Clan Argentine D in the first game. Oh man. Defensive siege is a must unless the pocket can help you. Yes, it is. Like, the fact that purple only now got a siege workshop up was a huge mistake for purple. Like, the moment that he was starting to be pushed back over here, he should have probably already put up a siege workshop. It's kind of too late now, because you lose the front of your base. Production buildings are starting to go down. Now green is going to join as well with knights, which will be able to kill the knights that yellow is sending up. And yellow, just lacking the economy now, won't be able to spam as many knights as green will. And green is about to click up here. There you go. Second building comes in. Bam. Green's on the way to Imperial Age. Yellow, though, forced to make a whole lot of knights now with less economy. Yeah, he's not going to click up anytime soon. They have about a minute and a half now. Ofertas' team to strike back, but it's not looking good as purple is losing all his crossbows. Yellow can engage here. He's going to try to snipe this mangonel, but what good will it do? Not a whole lot. Is this the GG moment? As purple is getting overrun right now by a combination of forces. We have red stuck inside of his own base. Can't even push the hill from the tar player. And green is on the way to Imperial Age. It is certainly not looking good, and they realize it as well. They say GG, and Ofertas' team taps out. What a swing! What a swing! That looked really good for a second there for Ofertas' team. But just those two fights, and Clan Argentine swung that match completely back into their favor, leading to their victory. GG. Wow. See, that's why even when, you know, you're actually the one doing damage in Castle Age, that doesn't mean it's all about just building your mass, right? Which is exactly what green and blue did. They kept yellow and red just kind of sitting outside of their base, waited for the right opportunity, and took this giant fight. And that was the deciding fight. Because purple losing his base would have been okay if red and yellow still killed blue and green. It would have been fine. But now it wasn't. Now it certainly wasn't. So yeah, what does that come back to? So remember what I said, yellow went all in knights, right? So he drops a third stable, gets more knights out. As a result, you saw that yellow and red were winning fights against blue and green, especially here outside of blue's base. They then pushed into blue's base, kind of, didn't really kill blue though, they kind of left him alone. But they did kill his army, which was good. Then they decided to go for green, which is fine, right? It's fine. Especially if you don't think you can kill blue, you can definitely do damage to the pocket player, which is even more impactful. If the pocket loses economy, then he won't be able to make knights. The problem was, there was immediately an error here when yellow let blue's crossbow slip into green's base. If you go here, right, chances are your opponent is going to join with the crossbows that he has to help the pocket. So if you keep your knights in the middle here, you can cut them off and kill them out in the field. Imagine if it had just been green's knights against crossbows from red and the knights from yellow. Would have been a lot better. Because it was, of course, a risky strat anyways, because yellow was adding town centers now, thinking, okay, we got a lead now, let's add some eco. Green, in the meantime, using the Persian boom, got a lot of villagers out. He had 20 more vills than yellow, started spamming knights, and then took a good fight with blue in tow. Was a smashing victory for Clan Argentine D. Then, not to mention, on this side, we got... I'm not exactly sure why teal started winning these archer fights, because remember, purple had way more HP on his archers, should have won those fights, but as soon as siege came out, purple started being pushed back further and further, and purple not adding a siege workshop in his own town was why this happened. That's why his town is completely ransacked now. Yeah, those were the two main factors, I'd say. Yellow and red kind of staying outside of green's town, not taking fights, and purple not having a siege workshop to defend himself. Yes. That would be my analysis of the game. Also, how you doing, Lakoni? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Right, so let's have a look at the statistics. Yeah, at the end, green completely dominating with the more knights, right? Killing a lot of units. Getting pretty good as well for teal. Yeah, teal had the better fights, you know. Yeah, you can tell the KD for red and yellow was better before that fight. Look, this critical fight here. Look at their military count crater right there. That was a significant moment. Ouch. You gotta go. Have fun. Thanks for casting. Well, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed yourself and have a good day, man. All right, let's look at the economy. Yeah, let's compare that. Green versus yellow. Green went for economy, yellow went for knights. And look at the difference. More food for green, more gold for green as well. And there you have it. At some point, the economy player will catch up with the aggressive player, and that player will then be able to get more knights out, and that's when you get this. If you go all in, it's all about doing damage early. You can't wait. You're on a clock. The longer you wait, the worse it gets. All right, who was the fastest player? It was... was blue with 54 average APM. Very nice. But yeah, everyone is above 30, which is, of course, is a decent speed right there. Very nice. All right, GG's. That was the first game. Going to Clan Argentine D. Honestly, again, it looked very much in the favor for Ofertas' team, which encourages me for this set, because that means that these two teams are pretty close, right? When it comes to skill level, which means that we might get an awesome set still to come here. I am confident that Ofertas' team might be able to strike back here at Clan Argentine on their home map, a map that they will have practice strategies for, and of course have played more than the other maps, which was Atacama. Yes, that's what the map was. That's a tough map to play if you're not familiar with that map. You know, that's definitely one of those maps that I think everyone should just practice, because it's one of the most popular maps in the tournament at the moment. It's Glaciar, Atacama, and what else is popular? I mean, I've seen Kawasan a lot, Dry River kind of. Yeah, you know, those kind of maps. So it's certainly good to practice these. Anyways, let's see what Ofertas' team have prepared for us. Let's go. Loading the game. Perfect. I want to see more Heartland played. I'd like to see Heartland played at all. Well, you might get to see it if my team loses a match, because we have that as our home map, I think. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Blah, 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 blah. You didn't hear anything, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, and more enemy archipelago. Yes, I'd like to see more enemy archipelago, because that's a really fun map to cast. So much stuff going on. Anyways, we are brought to Atacama by the home map pick for Ofertas' team. Let me change some colors here, because, yeah, you're going to be purple, you're going to be yellow. There you go, that's much better. Perfect. All right, let's introduce the players of the team whose home map this is. In the blue, we have Hoa playing as the Mongols. Love it. In the green, we've got Danny Hardcore playing as the Magyars. Love that as well. In the teal, we have Matt Damon playing as the Portuguese. I'm not too sure about that one, actually, so we'll talk about that. In the purple, we've got Kingpin playing as the Japanese. That could be pretty good. In the yellow, we've got Scwreamerr for Shadow. All right. And then in the red, we have Malians for Kirito. Alrighty then. Now, I mentioned before that I didn't think that Clan Argentine had the best Atacama draft. And these civilizations are fine, but I prefer the civilizations for Ofertas' team 100 times over. Like having Mongols for a fast rush, having Magyars for a very strong rush, doesn't really get better on a map like this. As for Portuguese, though, I don't think Portuguese are bad. They're kind of slow to get going, which is not good on a map that is all about early aggression with lots of military. But the main reason why I don't like Portuguese here is because of the other map that could be there's also in the map pool here. The home map for Clan Argentine is Glaciar, which is a pretty water-focused map. Having Portuguese in that map would certainly help you there. So I think I would prefer that civilization on that map. However, we are going to respect the choice for Ofertas' team. You know, it's their home map, their strategy. They might have something wacky prepared for us, for all we know. So we will just sit here and enjoy. That's what we're going to do. Doesn't mean we can't ask the questions, obviously. Very nice. Bring the boar in. Good stuff. Now, Japanese have good tower potential. Also, one thing that Japanese have in their favor is the fact that if you get pushed off a wood, it's pretty easy to just build another lumber camp and just go around lumber camping everywhere. It also means that these little clumps of wood are actually worth it now. You know, 700 wood for 50 wood investment. Yeah, that's a pretty good return on investment, I would say, with Japanese. So it's always nice if you're afraid of getting pushed off of your resources having Japanese. Malians are not as good as a versatile civ as they used to be. They used to have this mining bonus, right? They got the gold mining upgrades for free, which allowed them to do a lot of wacky stuff in feudal age, and especially castle age. Had a crossbow knights, doesn't matter. They could do it all. Nowadays, that bonus is for the Bohemians, so Malians have longer lasting gold mines now, which is not really helpful in the early game. It's more helpful in the late game because they will have more gold than anyone else. So that's kind of, that does change their identity a little bit, right? It means that they will not be as versatile in Castle Age, but they will be more versatile in the Imperial Age. So that's the trade-off. Fortunately for the Malian player, that's probably not going to happen in this map because it's Atacama. It rarely goes to Imperial Age because it's such an aggressive map, which you will certainly get to see in a second. Then lastly, you got Scwreamerr. I actually like Scwreamerr for this map. This is actually a civilization I do actually like on Atacama. The fact that you can hide your villagers in houses if in case you get pressured on the wood line. The fact you can go for an awesome feudal, all-in feudal scout spam with the awesome Scwreamerr farms. Yeah, no comment on that one. That one's pretty good. Have Scwreamerr player going to the hunt? I mean, why not? Why not? Not going to wood actually. You notice that? I didn't see Yellow go to the middle wood line yet. He's just taking these clumps of wood, which is it's okay, I guess. I mean, Scwreamerr player doesn't really need a whole lot of wood because you don't need to build as many buildings. But still, right? But still, at some point you're gonna have to expand to the middle wood line, which I must say, you could actually easily wall in some villages in the middle here. Imagine, just take wood here, wall there, bam, your villagers are safe. Wow, that is really lucky actually. You could do something similar on this side, like wall there. You got a really safe wood line on this side. But yeah, you have to scout in order to know that. Like, Ofertas' team, they did actually scout it. They could know this, but yeah. Atacama, it's all about these giant wood lines in the middle. That is where all the wood, or the most wood on the map is. That's like 80,000 wood right there. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with these little clumps of wood, which again, not very nice, obviously, because you have to keep moving your lumber camp. Alright, well, we have players going up the feudal age. I don't think fast castle is really a possibility on this map if your opponent plays it well. You know, I mean, if your opponent doesn't hit you, then yeah, you can go fast castle in any game. But the thing is, at this level, category B, that will be punished on a map like this. So yeah, you see that Ofertas' team staying on one lumber camp is going to be less efficient because these villages will be bumping, but less investment, I guess. We got 2 lumber camps for green. I prefer that actually. You know, you can actually wall that in, and these villages are a bit more safe. And I like actually keeping a barracks next to your wood villages actually makes a lot of sense in this map because most villages near your home are going to be close to your TC, so they won't be able to get raided as much. So yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, we got some men-at-arms shenanigans going on from purple. Let's have a look. Where are they? Men-at-arms coming in to hit the Portuguese player. The Portuguese player, of course, is making archers. At some point, he's going to have to defend himself for now, though. And remember, these are Japanese men-at-arms, which means they attack faster, which means it's much easier for them to break through the wall. So even repairing with 2 villagers barely keeps this palisade wall up as well. Yeah, you're gonna have to idle a lot of vills here to keep this up. Yeah, so that's some early nice aggression, but of course all that Teal needs to do is just get some archers out and you'll be fine defending yourself. Also, what this means is maybe that green should probably keep some scouts over on this side, just to, especially since I think blue is also going for a scout rush. Or not. Oh, no, actually, no. Mongols is just going to go for archers. Now, of course, you don't have to go for more scouts with Mongols. It is their best early rush, obviously. It's legendary for a reason. But in a team game, as flank, maybe not the best strategy long term, for sure. It is fast, though. That's really the thing. You might be able to get that Russian before red finishes his walls, for example. It's kind of the thing. You have purple still trying to break through. Teal. Don't let him in. Teal, repair the wall. Oh, why? Oh no, Mad Demon. Oh, he was so busy acting that he let Japanese men-at-arms into his wood line. That is never, ever, ever a sight that you want to see. Oh, yeah. And now Teals goes for a tower, but it's not going to save you. Now you're going to have to run, man. Archers are slowly coming out, but not in time. Yellow joining the party with some scouts, and this is massacre, mayhem. Like, even if you get this tower up now, they'll just rush it down. This tower is useless. It's not gonna help you here. Oh, it's just gonna give your, I mean, at least you can save your villagers for a second. But look. Now what? You're not Teutons. You don't have murder holes. Yeah, archers can come out at least, but it's gonna take a while. Teal on the back foot, down to 21 villagers already. That man-at-arms rush was very successful. Should never have allowed to let that in. He was repairing as well. I don't understand why he stopped. Yeah, Yellow's gonna try to snipe an archer. The tower is already down. Teal trying to repair it, as Purple is just gonna kill the villagers now. We have come the green scouts. I think the man-at-arms will finally get killed and Teal will be okay here for now, but damn. That was a really, really good rush by Purple. Got so much value out of that. Forced your opponent into a tower that's burning. Killed like, what, 10 villagers almost? We can actually check. Let's have a look. Eco KD. Yeah, 9 villagers. Jeez. That's painful. And now Green is going to have to defend against Purple and Yellow all by himself because... it's gonna be a while before Teal gets back up to that the economy that he needs to compete here. On the other side, we got Blue with way more archers than Red for now. So Red, oh, don't lose your mass now. Red losing a scout, losing the spearman. Yeah, Red's gonna have to be pushed back now. Might even have to drop a tower in his wood line now as he's losing the military battle. Although it's now almost too late. This wood line is very thin, which means that Blue can range all the villagers quite easily, and Red is gonna have to do something. One vill down. Red. Oh, don't open the gate. Oh my god, imagine that. Imagine that. Okay, Red now finally going for a tower that's going to push Blue away. As Red is making skirmishers now. Not really what you want to be seeing, obviously, but it's not. He doesn't have a whole lot of choice. Which does mean that if Green joins with scouts, Red's going to be in trouble. We got archers coming forward for Teal, so he wants some revenge. And yeah, the wood line for Purple is really nicely built. See that? Nice circle, so it's really difficult to hit this. You actually have to go to the other side to hit that. We have Blue killing some scouts. Yeah, Red's going to have to run away now. We have one scout pushing away these skirmishes now. Red backing up to his tower to get some extra firepower out as Green is sniping the archer. Very nice. Sending in more scouts as well. Yeah, Red's going to have to run now. Red's in trouble. He's actually hiding his units now into his tower. Scouts though getting in the gate, but yeah, they can't stay there because the tower is actually firing. If your enemy is outside of your base and you drop a tower, that works. If they're inside your little wood line and you try to drop a tower, then you get this, which is no bueno, obviously. But yeah, blue and green are like, okay, well, if you're gonna defend your wood line, we will attack your home base. Red pushed off a gold, which is kind of a problem. Because that way you can't make a whole lot more archers nor go up to the castlades. As Blue and Red are looking to do some damage, another villager going down. Now there's not a whole lot of villas that you can range here, but you can certainly cause some idle time. Look at that, lots of idle time. Look at that worker efficiency, down to below 50%. And that's what raids really do. That's the damage that they do. So we have, Theo in the back, finding some villagers from Purple on the gold. Very nicely done as well. As Purple is chopping... he's chopping a straggler tree because he's just kind of down some wood. I mean, or maybe he doesn't dare send villagers all across the wasteland to go chop wood on the main wood line. Yellow is not making a whole lot of scouts right now, and he's about to get hit himself. And Yellow is still not really gone to the middle. Like, there's 4 villagers there. That's not a whole lot, which means most of his economy is right here. Now, these villagers can't jump into any house, which is nice. But they're going to have to. As Yellow immediately reacting to this. One villager does go down. Yeah, but this, of course, is such a nice bonus that Scwreamerr have. Look at that. Just jump into your house. Really safe in there. Just sitting there looking at the window like, stop shooting arrows at us, they say. I mean, eventually, right, the house comes down. Eventually. We have Yellow is going up to the castle age. So is Green. Yeah, in the end, Yellow will be able to get some knights out and deal with that. I think... hopefully for him, the houses stay up in time. We got Teal still denying the gold, forcing Purple to make skirmishers. He is going up to castle age though, but the thing is, Purple doesn't really have a large army to upgrade now. Except the archers out here. We have Teal trying to break in together with Blue. As, oh, Purple deleting his lumber camp, trying to get an TC up now. Let's see if Teal and Blue can still break in here. They could maybe try. Okay, they exit now. Yo, you need to get in here, break in. But yeah, the gate is going to stay up long enough. There's enough villagers here to build the CC. I think Purple is going to be okay now. After that early damage against Teal, it's mostly been Ofertas' team that are coming forward here with the damage. As Yellow is abandoning his little woodline here, running right into the scouts from Green. Oh, he was lucky that the gate wasn't open. The gate is open and the scouts get in. These are Magyar scouts. That is 3 more dead villagers. They will not be able to get saved there. There's no escape for them now. We have so much military from Ofertas' team hanging around here. Look at that. 48 versus 27. Even if Yellow gets the castlates now, they're still behind in the vill count. As, wow, these villagers actually survive? Green, you didn't kill the vills, man. Okay, well, I guess Blue will clear up your work for you now. We have Blue, ooh, losing some archers to the skirmishes, though. That's a good pick off 4 purple there. Very nice. Now, that's the way to go about it. Trying to kill as many of your opponent's archers as you can with those skirms before they get picked off by the scouts. We got 1 archer being annoying in the back of Purple's base as Red says, "Vamos, let's go." As, yeah, Yellow and Red now joining the fight here, but it's 3 versus 2. Oh, Purple is here as well. Never mind. It is, well, we got ourselves a rainbow-colored fight on this side, but I still heavily favor Ofertas' team. All that they need to do is just kill those skirms and use their massive archers to attack. Thing is, Blue doesn't want to fight. He's clicked up the castlates. He wants to upgrade his units. And now you also see that the damage that Teal suffered is really setting him behind. You notice that? Now, this is where that really shows up. He was doing well with the aggression, but in the end, he's still going to have a much later castle time than Purple as a result of that rush. He's also going to have to run away from this mass with his military. As a knight comes in, a knight that is just passing. Alrighty then, knight's going to pass somewhere else. You got town centers going up from Yellow in the middle. I like that. Securing some wood control. Red probably is going to do the same as soon as he hits the castlate, which will be any minute now. Crossbows versus archers. Very nicely micro there by Teal. Does still lose some units though. As Green finally sends in some knights to kill these skirmishers so that Teal doesn't have to run away again. Teal sends in more and more villagers to the wood line. He needs wood to click up here. As, yeah, Teal, just keep running away, let the knights kill and clear. There you go, very nice. No need to sacrifice archers when your pocket has some knights with you. Alright, well, things have evened out a little bit. The army count for Ofertas' team is still higher, but the vill count is very even, and everyone in Clan Argentine's team is up to the castlates as Red donates some archers for free to Blue. Blue will be happy with that. Yeah, Red's archer count is very low compared to Blue, as Blue made a trade card. Alright then. Got yourself some early trade. You thought we didn't see that, huh? Blue actually deleting the trade card. I mean, you could just trade, right? I mean, like, yeah, it's not a lot of gold, but there's no point to delete it. Like, I understand why he deleted it. The reason why is because an idle trade card shows up as an idle villager, which means that every time you tap to idle villager, it taps you to the trade card, which is annoying. So he deleted it as a result. However, again, just send it to Green, just trade. Yeah, it's like, what, 20 gold per trip? It doesn't matter. It's still extra free gold. Yeah, like that's, and it won't show up as an idle villager anymore, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, but I guess Blue just wanted to hide it so that the world wouldn't see. But unfortunately for him, the eagle-eyed Red Prince did spot. Red, in the meantime, dropping a castle on his woodline that will keep his woodline safe, and we might actually get a longer Atacama game. Wait, is this actually gonna go up? Is it actually gonna go up? Red, no, no! How is this not going up? 90%. Red is sending more villagers to try to get this up now. Oh, okay, there you go. That's gonna go up. Red. Oh, that was too close for comfort. As a result, now Red losing his entire crossbow match. So Green and Blue very happy with this kill. That's for sure. Red taking some unnecessary damage there as he's making Geppetto. Interesting. What is this? Islandia? Meantime, we have Teal going up to the next stage. The first thing Teal should do once he hits the next stage is drop a siege workshop right there. Get mangonels out and kill those rams. Siege workshop. Siege workshop. Siege workshop. Siege workshop. And the crossbow upgrade, of course. But siege workshop. Can we afford that? We can't afford that. Siege Workshop. Come on. Drop the Siege Workshop. That was the mistake last game. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Mad Demon learned from last time. Very good. There you have it. He thought about it this time. Good stuff. Got a castle as well from blue, keeping his wood line safe as well. Model villages on the wood line. Gotta set that gathering point, huh? Got yellow going to the back of blue's base, trying to see if he can find some damage. But blue is dropping an awesome TC on stone and on the gold. Now that he has a castle, he could also go for some Mongol Mengidai if he wanted to. He has the army lead for now, so I guess he could try that. So you have green coming in from the back to save his buddy here, as the knights will clear out the crossbows and the rams, and purple's forward will get snuffed out right here and then. Very nice. And teal stays alive with 38 villagers. In the end, that's okay for teal. He's going to have to make some more military to keep himself safe here. Maybe even drop a castle in front of his base to keep himself safe. But for now, he's okay. Yellow Knight in the back of Kareen's base now, looking for a way in. Yeah, you gotta be scared of those Magyar Knights with the +2 attack. The Scwreamerr player though also got that upgrade, but he had to pay for it. Let's look at the reaction time for green. Not the fastest reaction. Okay, there you go. Very nice. And the knights will have to run away now. Or better still, sending your own knight army. Let's go. Even maybe a conversion. Conversion coming in. Yep, came in. Very nice. Monk gets the conversion as well. And yeah, yellow's got 8 knights. Green's got 29. 80 villages for green, 80 villages for yellow, but much more army for one player rather than the other. That tower, ironically, still doing some work now, keeping the knights away. As Steel, don't want to lose your crossbow mass now. It wasn't a whole lot of crossbows to begin with. As yeah, yellow's gonna try to micro that down. Steel backing up to his tower. Okay, you got to garrison that now to push purple away. As purple gets some snipes on the wood lines. Very nice for purple. Hitting that wood line once again. It's been a sore spot for teal this entire game. And the green once again sent in to help with the knights. Didn't actually kill yellow's knights. So teal ended up losing all his crossbows regardless, but still. We got more Gebettos. Actually, red lost some Gebettos somewhere because he had more queued. I'm not sure. Or maybe he just stopped making them. I'm not sure. Gebettos are an awesome raiding unit, by the way. Like, that's what they're usually used for. Like, just go around raiding. They pretty much kill anything with the high DPS. They just die real quick. One shot from a mangonel and they all die. Like, it's, they're not very tanky, those ladies. But sure, they sure pack a punch. Castle in the middle for yellow to take control of the central wood lines. I like that. We're thinking late game Atacama. And this game has already gone on longer than most Atacama games have on average. Which, again, speaks to the team's skill level relative to one another, which is nice. I like games like that. Green, though, is dominating with the knight numbers right now. Pretty much the reason why Ofertas' team has the military lead that they do. As blue has actually come to the other side to hit purple now. They know that red doesn't have a military on the field right now. Red has... He's making villagers. He's trying to boom a little bit, but he has no military. Which means that blue is free to go to the other side. A few knights from green can keep blue safe on this side. We got yellow trying to wall up the middle, but it is purple's base that is now a matter of concern. As yellow is going up, the imp is making elephants. All right, elephant switch. I think you're gonna have to set up trade at some point for that, because elephants are really expensive. Yellow still has some gold in the back of his base, as you can see. The problem is, yellow has no military right now to deal with the pressure coming in. We have Magyar Knights raiding the wood lines. Could even take down his TC. Let's see, that's 15 knights. That is just enough. I mean, a more comfortable number would be 20 knights, but still. Well, got more town centers going up from the Scwreamerr player in the middle. Wow, that is a claustrophobic TC if I ever saw one, for sure. I mean, that's a nice forest nothing TC, man. Wait, is this Virgo Atacama or regular Atacama? Good question. It doesn't say Virgo Atacama, does it? It might actually be the regular Atacama then. Oh, whoever picked this map should get an admin win against them. Oh. I think in the end there's not that much difference, is there, between the two versions? At least I'm not sure what the difference is. Wouldn't be able to tell you. They both have a lot of little wood clumps, and both of them are awful to play, as far as I'm concerned. So you know, We got purple still holding the gate here against this knight army and crossbow. And the problem is that now his own base is left exposed. His teal is still killing stuff and picking off reinforcements. The knights come in. This is going to force purple to chase as well, which means that green and blue could take a good fight in the middle. Like, this is something you should really keep in mind. Like, just think about how your opponent is going to react to movements you make. Like, they could have known that purple is going to chase this, which means that the green could have faked running in here, and as soon as purple comes out too far, you back right up, and you kill purple in the middle of nowhere. Thing is, though, elephants. Elephants with the final armor upgrade in a second. Scwreamerr elephants. Very strong. You can get Tusk Swords as well, which gives them a lot more HP. Attack. However, they are very slow, so these chunker boys aren't going to be very maneuverable, but the thing is, yellow's walled up the middle of the map, so all the fights will be around the sides, as blue should really back up here. You don't want to be fighting this with crossbows for sure, as green's knights are kind of evaporating. Now, green is in the Imperial Age, so we'll be able to get his paladins out. We got a castle now from teal. We have red still running around, blue still running around red's base here to try to find some damage, but red has in the meantime gotten to a nice vil count. Let's have a look at the vil count. It's 275 versus 253. We have, oh boy, teal attempting to drop a castle. That is never gonna go up, not with this many chunker boys chasing crossbows, as blue is starting to kite now. We have Tusk Swords come in. You'll see the attack. I'll click an elephant. You'll see the attack go up in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bam! +3 attack. Very nice. Got some monks coming out though for green, trying to get some conversions. Might get a few, but the thing is, when there's this many elephants out already, 1 or 2 conversions, it ain't gonna matter that much. Oh, 1 or 2 conversions? Holy monks! Look at the conversions come in. That is 6 monks, 7 monks working right now. What did I say? 2 conversions matters not, but if you convert half their army, that is certainly going to matter. Beautiful play here from green. Convert a bunch of elephants. Now he's got elephants with Tusk Swords, by the way. And now the knights, the cavalier, will be strong enough to take out this elephant army, which again, is very expensive. And yellow, he's not making a whole lot of elephants anymore, which is an expensive unit to go for. He's tacking into Hussar, which is, I guess, is the bigger idea on this side. We got Arbalest coming in for red, but blue is switching into Mangudai, which I love, because Mangudai are much better than, the non-existent Arbalest that Mongols don't get. As yeah, the elephants are finally taken out here. They are still doing area damage to the knights, so all these knights are kind of weak, a little bit weakened now. Paladin coming in as well. What is that? Corvinian army, so we could go for some Magyar Hussar that only cost food, no gold at that point. But yeah, Paladin is really the best unit to go for. I don't think you should have to make Magyar Hussar here. It would be better for them to start setting up some trade. I think they should maybe decide which side are we going to save and start stonewalling that side, get markets up, and get some trade going. Because we're getting to that point, right, where it might be a good idea to do that. Like, I always struggle to think, like, when do you set up trade? I think it's important to do that either clicking up the Imperial Age or when you're going to Imperial Age, depending on how much gold there is on the map. And Atacama is not a very gold-heavy map, so you'll see that players will start to run out here. So using that last gold that you have to get some trade up will give you a huge advantage in the long term. As blue is going to lose his last crossbows now to the elephants. But again, he will have Mangudai, elite Mangudai, with all the upgrades that you could ever wish on a Mangudai unit. Yeah, actually he's missing Parthian tactics. You see that? Oh yeah, there it is. There it is, coming in now. I'm glad I can actually recognize that now from units. That's nice. A little bit of experience. Still some more conversions come in, and yellow is going to have to fight his own units now, which is why conversions are such a beautiful thing. You know, not only do you gain a unit, your opponent loses a unit. It's a net loss of 2, if you think about it. We have, a battering capped ram. Oh man, does Red know about the Mangudai? Does he know? I mean, he can see. Okay, he must know now. He must know now. Ram pushing a Mangudai player is going to be really difficult. He's trebucheting it though. That's the right call. We have more Mangudai coming out now. Chemistry coming in. That is really the final upgrade that they needed. Just that extra attack, and then Mangudai are going to be really strong. But this game is still so freaking even, man. It's still so freaking even. Who's gonna take this game? We have Paladins though on one side. You gotta prefer the Paladin player now, because Scwreamerr in late game, if they don't have heavy cavalry, elite battle elephants, they're kind of stuck with worse units. As Blue is going forward to take down the Trebuchet, costing him 3 Mangudai, but that is worth it, I think, in this case. Keeping the Mongol castle up, which is essential if you want to go for Mangudai. We have Mangudai. Look how much damage to do against the elephant. Bam, 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 bam. Boom. 2 shots and they killed him. We have some paladins coming in now to support. We have a light cav raid in the middle as elite battle elephant is coming in. So yellow realizes he needs a power unit against green. The problem is that his power unit is very, very slow. And also is easy to convert. Okay, we have red coming forward with yet another castle trying to push into blue's base. And I mean, red has bounced back impressively, right? Impressively from the position he was in earlier. He's also making some elite scrim now against the Mangudai, although I don't like that when Paladin are in the mix. I think just sticking with Arbalest is the better call here. Some random monks running around in yellow's base. We got yellow raiding the back of teal's woodline, and you see we're still waiting for the Paladin player to stabilize, you know, because there's raiding going on all sides. A giant push down the side in Blue's base, and Blue's still struggling to hold off. He's trying to hold on with Mangudai. It's fairly easy to kill these rams at the least, but he can't move out where these skirmishers are with the upgrades. It's really going to come down to teal and green, but teal, of course, took some damage earlier on. He's only on 69. Nice. Villagers. He's not going to be able to get up to the Imperial Age, let alone get military out to push purple. This is a really critical situation for Ofertas' team. They need to get a clear up somewhere. And I think the core weakness here is that the Scwreamerr player doesn't really have the gold for... He's making ballista elephants. He's going to run out of gold this way, man. Jeez. That's some raiding going on. This is nice. Yes, Hussar raids in the back of Green's base. Very nice. Green has not responded to this yet. He's going to take some losses there. I think walling up the middle should have happened already by now. Just wall up these choke points so that that can't happen, right? No Hussar raids. We still have Green not helping in this fight. They could probably clear those up actually by now. Yellow still raiding and Green. Okay, he's responded to it now with Paladins. It's so tricky right now. Look at that. If Paladins just join the fight, you immediately push back your opponent's aggression, as you can see. Got some trebuchets now from Blue to trap back this red castle, but Blue can't really push forward yet with that castle still there. Hussars and Paladins. Oh, this is so close. It's still 150 military for Ofertas' team. Only 100 for Clan Argentine D, who have the... Well, I mean, in Scwreamerr, they have a worse late game sip here. Malians lacking bracer on their Arbalest also doesn't help them here. Look, see, no bracer. They don't get that. Whoops. They don't get that upgrade on their Arbalest. Second, the first forward castle goes down. That means only that castle is left as defense. The Mangudai are going to try to come forward now with equal range, right? Equal range as these Arbalests. You can't even outrange Mangudai now, which is kind of a problem. Still though, Mangudai shouldn't be taking a fight here because they will still die to the Elite Skirm, which have the final armor upgrade. I think, at least. Let me click one. Yes, they do. Meantime, there you go. Paladin player comes in. Halberdier is only now coming out for purple, which is a great option, by the way, to have as Japanese. Getting some awesome Halberdiers in who attack faster and therefore kill Paladins rather quickly. In the meantime, we have the Portuguese player going up the Imp. Luckily not from that town center, which is a good thing. So we have Elite Battle Elephant still trying to help and push in. It's like Yellow doesn't really know what to go for. He's now adding trade, which I prefer. You know, they're both adding trade cards. Doing it on this side, which is probably the safer place to go. We have a wall from red to keep their side safe. And the primary place to push will be the bottom side, which means purple just needs to hold his side against teal. We have Paladin massacring all the Arbalest. Oh, red, that was a bad fight for red to take. Without bracer, Arbalest don't do a whole lot against these Paladins with plus four pierce armor on them. And now suddenly, now that red's mass is gone, blue can join the fight. And look at these Hussars just die to the Mangudai mass. Jeez. Ay. As we have blue and green finally pushing further and further into red's army. Red is trying to get his Arbalest mass up again, but he lost his entire army in that push. Yellow also doesn't really have an army right now. He's not really pushing the middle either. He's trying to make some Hussars, but really adding trade, but he doesn't really have the gold to make a whole lot more. He's trying to get some elephants out, but at this point, Paladin are raiding everywhere now. In the meantime, we have Purple, though, swinging to the south to maybe hit Teal's economy in the back. Teal did get to the Imperial Age, but still... Oh, actually has an army. Alright, Teal's gonna be fine. He lacked ballistics, though. Probably why the fights didn't go so well earlier for him. As we slowly have blue and green pushing in here. I think they should just like ignore this, just run into the economy. You need to kill this right now. Get some paladins in here and start slaying everything. Because at that point, not much that red can do. I don't think red can reboom again into economy. As we have yellow coming out with his trebuchets, which was a mistake because now... Oh, never mind. Never mind, that's fine. Chances are going down for Teal, which would have been a massacre if not for the Arbalest coming in for Teal to snipe the Halberdiers, allowing Green to get his Paladins in. That will be a clear up, and Purple's push on the top side will be over as well. Wow, this game, it looks firmly in the favor for Ofertas' team now. They had some giant clear-ups both at the south and the top, and it's now Clan Argentine who is scrambling. They're scrambling to get some military out. You see that yellow is still making anything that he can get his hands up. He's trying to make it, but in the end, I mean, you can always kite elephants, right? That's fairly easy to do. And all that we need is some green paladins here. Although green might have been running out of gold as well. They're getting some trade up and going. I like that. That's good. Although trading from this corner, very dangerous. As red is actually... Wow, he's farming all the way out here. Craziness. Got some light cap to be annoying as the trebuchets for blue do go down in the end. So at least that's a nice snipe there for yellow. But still, we got purple pushing into Teal's base. Which is why they're not trading on this side. They can't afford it. But they have to secure this corner down here if they want to trade down here as well. I mean, like, blue's dropping markets right now. On this side, it's not all the way down in the corner, which means the market trade is not going to be as efficient. We have Paladin now. Ooh, Paladin running into the central wood lines. There is, you know, it's all open on this side now as red is trying to get the wall up. But look at the Paladin raids. Magyar Paladins in your economy. Not a sight you want to see. It's going to be really difficult to clear that up, lacking Paladin yourself. We have purple still raiding Teal, but Teal's still holding on. He's still holding on. Another castle going up just to try to get some safety. But yeah, that is going to hurt. That's going to bring that Vil count for Clan Argentine right back down to where Ofertas' team is right now. Which is only as low as it is because Teal kind of took a hit this entire game. Mangidai though. Jeez, look at the kill count on these. Almost 100 kills and counting. And that's just going to get better and better now that there's no longer that many Arbalests in the field. So we have Pikemen now come in. I'm not even sure if Malians get Halberdier, but the fact that red hasn't gone for the upgrade probably means that they don't get it. The Paladins, oh yeah, hitting the economy. Very nice. And as soon as green gets his trade up, he can just keep spamming Paladin and we'll be okay here. That's one thing that's kind of lacking. He's getting the trade now, but it's going to take a while for that to kick in. You know, you want to get at least like 40 trade cards out to start spamming Paladin. Kind of the benchmark at the end. We got some light calf now raiding the farms for red. The farms that he desperately needs, by the way, because he's making a unit that costs food now. And red is actually abandoning his base with a lot of villagers, expecting to be overrun on this side. It's looking pretty good for Ofertas' team. It's not, but we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. There's so much raiding going on to and fro. Jeez, this game. Craziness. As purple is now raiding the unprotected farmland for green, which is a big deal because he needs that food. He needs that farm count. Green reacting to it though. Very nice. Got purple kind of walling a little bit. He has a lot of stables there to protect himself with light cap. Of course, Japanese do not get Hussar, or do they? No, they do get Hussar, I think. No, and they do get bloodlines, but no final armor upgrade. That's kind of the problem with them. Not the best raiding unit. They will certainly die to Arbalest, but they can always run away from that, right? And Steel still has an army, so could still push into purple's base. Paladin taking out a town center. The Mangidai player could probably start running in and maybe be more active with the Mangidai. Like, imagine raiding all this farmland with the Mangidai. You can easily run through, kill everything. Get into the trade would be even better. I think it's time for blue to maybe leave the front. Because blue might be afraid, right? Blue's probably afraid if I leave my base with the Mangidai, then if yellow attacks, I have nothing to defend myself. But guess what? You sent your Mangidai into the back of yellow's base. Yellow's not going to be sending anything into your base. He's going to be chasing you. 1 hour long Atacama with trade. What is this? Yeah, right? What madness is this? And here I was saying at the start of the game, oh, this is gonna be a short game, you guys. I'm sorry for the miss advertising there. It wasn't true. It's a long game. What can I say? I mean, I do want to see some more walling though. For example, purple, like start walling this side. You know, start walling your trade, because it's fairly easy for teal to still walk right into your trade, or for the Mangudai player to get right into your trade and deny it. That's always the possibility. See, like walling like this is nice. Like what blue's doing, getting his base wall. Once that wall is up, he will also feel confident to leave, I'm sure. Although again, blue, just leave with the Mangudai. You can even leave a few at the front if you want. You know, defend with light cap. Get the Mangudai, run into the back of yellow's base. Yellow will not be raiding you. Promise. He will be busy trying to stop you from raiding him, because Mangudai are scary. They kill everything. So that blue still sits here, that is actually prolonging the game right now. Like, look how much damage, you know, purple, for example, has been doing with the raid. He's been sending raids in everywhere. It's forcing green to keep sending pop back to defend his own base, instead of sending pop forward. You know? As green is going for some cheap hussars. Oh boy, here come the light cap trying to get the bomber cannon. Will they get the bomber cannon? No, the bomber cannon sits in the middle. No. Ah! Almost saved the bomber cannon. Alright, well, teal's going to have to micro now and kill all of these light cap. Light cap doing a great job trying to surround the arbalest, but in the end, I still think that the arbalest should be able to clear this fairly easily. We have, yeah, hussar spam now from green. Blue finally moving forward a little bit. Probably feels a lot safer now that he's getting some fortified walls up. And once those walls are up, there's not going to be a whole lot of raiding that red can be doing. Is going to be doing on this side. We got an endless hussar spam now going forward into the economy for yellow, and it's gonna get worse and worse going forward here. Red is also Xing this Mangudai army, saying, I got nothing against this, and all that blue needs to do is just start running in. Just run in. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Mangudai player for the raids. Let's go. Notice what's gonna happen now. You'll see. Yellow's gonna react to this instantly, once he realizes it as well. If blue keeps going, just hit all the economy, he can kill everything. There's nothing to stop this. 32 hussar in the queue for green. Yeah, green is spamming the hussars now. He's getting trade up. In the meantime, he's making hussar to raid, and it is effective. As you see, the Scwreamerr farms, which are kind of far away, slowly starting to die now to the hussar raids as well. This is getting closer and closer to a GG, you would say. I mean, again, the bill count, better for Clan Argentine D, but the military count is much higher for Ofertas' team. So even while they're still raiding and still doing damage and killing townsends, and I can't believe to say this, but purple is still pushing even, the middle and the south are slowly dying for the aggression from Ofertas' team. Again, send in the arbalest. Like, imagine, kill that, kill this, right? Kill the trade. Like, next time, blue, if you're Mangudai, you have a very mobile unit with high DPS. If there's any player that can kill the trade right now, it's the Mangudai player. So you want to take this and just run right into the trade, kill it. Because usually in pro games, once the Mangudai get into the trade, that is when they call it GG. It's when they call it GG because they know how much damage that will do. How long it will take to rebuild your trade. 112 hussars for green. Yeah, ironically, purple raiding green is creating pop space for green to get more hussars out, and it's starting to overwhelm everywhere. As purple is just raiding everything right now. Dancy hardcore for the win. We got Poor Teal though, he's down to 24. Remember, this is essentially 2v3 because Teal has been stuck trying to defend his own base for the entire game now. It's essentially 2v3 because Teal doesn't have an army, he's 19 villagers, but blue and green are still doing it. They're still doing it, although again, Mangudai, go to the trade. Let's kill the trade. Just sit right here, kill it all. This game will be over by now. Blue, what are you doing to me? Kill the trade. Look, even for the hussars, yellow is sending back the elephants. Look at this. This army is not attacking blue right now. Blue can just go into the trade, kill everything. Yeah, that kind of frustrates me that blue hasn't decided to do that yet. Like, you have such an awesome unit, right? Mangudai, one of my favorite units. I think everyone likes Mangudai at this point. They're such an awesome unit anyways. And then we're just using it defensively. It's such a shame. Like, at this point, right, that he decided to keep it at home to defend his base, sure. But that's not longer really a concern. There's no attacks on his home, actually. Actually sent some raids into red's base, probably. Although red is not really a threat at this point. Really yellow, and it is really purple, who are the real threats right now. We have Hussars now raiding the trade. We have Purple trying to defend himself with whatever Arbalest he can get out. Bill count is slowly evening out. I can't believe after this much time, Clan Argentine D still has the Villa lead, but the army lead very much in favor for Ofertas' team, even without Teal. Yeah, and that is after raiding all of this. We have Hussars now, they're going to deal with that. Jesus Christ. So many Hussars. Trade is up as well, which means that if the Paladin player wants to go for Paladin again, he probably could. Look at that gold count go up again. Yep, you can go for some Paladins again if you want. Blue is still holding his castle. Alright. We have, Overchop. Overchop. No. It's a hole. The Hussars get in. Oh, there goes your wood line. Oh, man. Green saw it. He spotted. He was looking at there. He's like, is that a hole? Oh, that's a hole. I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to go in hard. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Bam. Villagers dying. Villagers dying everywhere. The Vil count flips. There you go. Clan Argentine D finally below the Vil count of Ofertas' team. And if they weren't able to push with more Vils, they are certainly not going to be able to do it with less views. How do 100 Hussars even fit in there? Yeah, you don't ask me, man, about the game mechanics. Physics aren't really a concern for this game. I noticed. As yeah, now Purple getting hit on the wood line as well. Castles will be able to kill the Hussars in due time, but Vil count is slowly dropping for Clan Argentine now, as Red is still trying to get in some pikemen, which of course will die to the Mangudai if Blue comes forward, but the GG is cold. Clan Argentine D realizing that they won't be able to get enough military out to push back, despite having trade, something that could have been raided earlier, one might ask, but nevertheless. And there you have it. We go to a game freaking 3. Awesome. What a game, man. Jeez. And a long Atacama game. Would you believe it? Look at that. We were almost running out of wood in the middle. Actually, I'm fairly certain that Ofertas' team was running out of wood. They were literally off of wood for a very long time. Like, Red didn't have wood. Yellow was gonna be pushed off of wood in the meantime. Craziness. And Teal's still alive. He's still alive, but 24 Vils. Wasn't able to do a whole lot anymore after losing his mass, but he certainly did a good job delaying Purple on his side. That's certainly commendable. But yeah, it was because of the push from Blue and especially Green. Green definitely the MVP of this side. You know, that they were able to beat Clan Argentine D 2v3 essentially, because again, Teal was kind of dead. So yeah, very nicely done. Do I have any comments on this game? Maybe Yellow getting trade up earlier, right? Instead of the time that he did. And maybe being more decisive in what unit to go for. Because now I see Ballista Elephants, I see Battle Elephants, I see Hussar, I see Skirmishers, right? He didn't really know what unit to go for. And I understand that, right? It's Scwreamerr late game, difficult to go for. I don't know what unit I would prefer. I think Elite Battle Elephant is the best to go for. If you get 60 of those out, Paladins won't be able to help you at that point anymore either. So, I mean, it's not very mobile. So, I think Elite Battle Elephant combined with the raiding that he was doing would have been a nice strategy to go for. Red probably switching out of Arbalest at some point was also a good idea, because Arbalest don't do anything against Mangudai nor against Paladin because they lack Bracer. So maybe getting some Farimba Cavalier out would have been pretty sweet, perhaps. Stupid Hussars can squeeze to a one-tile hole, but they can't hit archers without bumping into one another. Yeah, man, tell me about it. That's a true Kappa statement right there. As for Purple, I think Purple is doing a great job killing Teal. Should have maybe finished Teal off just to make sure he can't come back in the game. But I love the raiding that Purple was doing, was really good. It's just, yeah, keeping the raids from going in. I think maybe a bit more walling would have been nice. Like, basically what Blue did, this is what you want to be doing on the other side as well, Purple. You just want to wall into the wood line, making sure that your trade is going to be safe in your end. Especially if you notice that the other side is crumbling, the best thing you can do is keep your own side safe. And one last comment, these Mangudai should have been killing all of this and then into the trade. This game would have not lasted as long, trust me, because Yellow wouldn't have been able to make any elephants whatsoever without trade. The Green was raiding, but I think, yeah, you really need those Mangudai to be used offensively. Like, I understand that Blue kept him at home at first because he wanted to protect his own base, and granted, it was under a lot of pressure, this is true, but there was a moment, right, when that stopped, when Green came in with Paladins, That was the moment that you start spamming some Hussar yourself to just protect your own base. You take your Mangudai, you run into your opponent's base, you kill everything, force them to chase you as well. Very difficult to do against Mangudai because they're a fast, tanky, and well, not tanky, but very high DPS unit. Kill their trade. Would have been a shorter game for that, trust me. I think next time, Blue, with the Mangudai, send them forward. Use your Mangudai. That's what they're for. You know, and then defend with Hussar spam at home. And of course, Green can defend your base with Paladin. That's kind of his job at that point. Yeah. Those are my comments. For the rest, fantastic game, you guys. This was awesome. Look at that. 270 Hussar made by Green. 218 by Yellow. So yeah, that was pretty close as well. Man, this was a really back and forth game. This could have gone to either side, honestly. Like, and that's why I love even matchups between teams that are very much their equal, you know, each other's equal. Because then you get amazing games like this, where it goes so back and forth, you never can tell who's winning. Yeah, look at the KD as well for Blue. Bam. That's what Mangudai can do for you. Certainly we're doing for him. But man, the KD for Green. Jesus Christ. 916 versus 527. That is a lot of kills. That is a lot of military that especially Red, I think, was contributing to. Yeah, and of course Yellow. Lots of military created. Way more military, actually, by Clan Argentine D, because Teal couldn't get a whole lot of military out. That's what you get for being dead, I guess, huh? Oh yeah, but look at the economy for Teal. Oh, Teal. I'm sorry, man. Portuguese. This is why I also question the Portuguese pick on Atacama. It's not the best sip for this. It really isn't. It needs some time. It needs some time, love, and care to grow like a plant. Unfortunately, Atacama's a desert. Plants don't do very well in this, unless you're a hardened cactus or a tree that can last through droughts. Alright, that's enough poetry for today. Let's have a look. Who was the fastest player? It was Red with Malians. Alrighty then. Well, GG! And we will be going to a third game. Isn't it exciting? I think so, certainly. Because it is anyone's game at this point. Who is gonna win this set? It's a good question. I won't be able to tell you. Honestly, I have no idea. It could be, like, honestly, either of them, but... I mean, well, we do need Mad Demon to not die in one set, because he also died in the first game, you know, although he actually did hold on better this time, because he made a siege workshop, and that made all the difference in the world. We saw that. Now, luckily, he's not going to have to worry about early raids now, because we are going to go to Glaciar. Oh, man. And I thought this game was long. Oh, damn it. It's Glacier. That's going to be a long game too, isn't it? Oh, no. What did I get myself into? Alright, well, this is the home map for Clan Argentine. Let's see what they have prepared on their map. Looking at the civilization, I very much prefer the civilizations for Clan Argentine also, so we'll see how that's going to go. Here we go. By the way, the colors have flipped once again, so don't get confused once you see the colors flip. That's because these darn players keep deciding to switch colors on me. But nothing I can do about it now, in any case. Well, welcome to the third and final game of this set. It is an even game between Ofertas' team and Clan Argentine D. It is literally anyone's ballpark now. So, who's gonna win? I don't know, but this is the home map for Clan Argentine, the team in the odd colors. Yeah, I know they were in the other colors last time, but they switched colors, so it's okay. You know, but it is their home map, which means that I'm expecting a strategy to be prepared by Clan Argentine. Something maybe on this map that could give them an edge. Although, again, this was one of the most popular maps from the last Virgo Cup, so I expect that... you know, that Ofertas' team, if they haven't played on this map before, they will certainly have heard about it many times. I mean, I've casted this map plenty of times, so by now I think most players know what it's about. But just in case you don't know, let me explain it just really quickly once more. This is Glacier. As you can see, the titular glacier in the east, it's always down here in the southeast corner or the bottom edge of the map. It's very hilly. It's the only place that teams can go to the other side to attack each other over land. It's where all the relics are and some helpful snow leopards to guide you the way to their stomach. Anyways, from that glacier melts an icy river filled with fish in the middle of the map that separates the two teams on either side, which of course is a lot of fish to fight over, so a lot of players will be going to water, as you will see. Now, there's plenty of strategies to go for on a map like this. For one, you can wall up the side relatively easily, making sure that no land aggression can come to your teammates, which is the most common strategy, right? You wall up, you go to water, you win the fish, you get an earlier Imperial time, and then you push either across land or you land on the opponent's shore. Those are really the options that I see in late game if you do the meta strategy. But there is of course other strats to be going for. For one, you could go for insane land aggression trying to stop your opponent from walling. This is possible. And then make it worse and worse and gang up on your opponent before the fish can kick in for them. This is certainly a strategy. Or, kind of a reverse of that, you take a dock, you make a transport ship, you land in feudal age or even in early castle age and try to Wong rush your opponent or some other kind of rush. Maybe even a castle drop. You could try, you know, and then in that way hurt your opponent before they can get. You really benefit from the fish because again, winning fish here is not winning the map. It certainly isn't. We have seen teams that won fish still lost the glacier, so that's why it's nice and balanced. However, having fish means your economy is better. It means your Imperial Age time is going to be better because you have more food available to you, and that's certainly going to give you an edge in the late game wars because you will be able to get your army out much quicker than your opponent. Also, having water control means you won't have to worry about getting landed in the late game, which is always a possibility. Now, that is me droning on for a long time. I'm going to introduce the players now. Let's start with the players whose home map this is. In the teal, we have Shadow playing as the Vikings, and I love that. In the green, we've got Kingpin playing as the Italians, and I love that as well. And in the blue, we have Kirito playing as the Dravidians. A civilization I've seen a lot of players pick, actually. The infantry-naval combination probably being a pretty good combo on this map. We'll see, though. We'll see. On the other side, for Ofertas' team, we have Hoa playing as the Huns. Ooh, interesting. Very nice. In the yellow, we've got Dancy Hardcore playing as the Berbers. All right. And in the purple, we have Matt Demon playing as the Byzantines. Now, what do the civilization choices tell us here? All the civilizations for Argentine are water civs. Civs that can go to water and win water, which tells me that they probably want to wall up. The fact that blue is already walling right now tells me how important that is to them. They want to get this wall up, make sure that they're safe, go to water and win water. That seems to be the strategy for Clan Argentine for now. For red and for yellow and purple, though, they are taking fish, but I am not convinced that they're going to fight for water. Not when you have Berbers and Huns, which are not water ships. I mean, yeah, Berbers have faster moving ships, but it's not really a great... It's not the best bonus. Honestly, like, that really helps fire galleys because it helps them keep up with galleons more easily. But the thing is, it's probably purple who's going to go for the fire galleys anyways, because he's Byzantines, and yeah, they attack faster. So I'm expecting that purple is probably going to try to delay Clan Argentine from controlling water as long as he can. But I'm not sure if yellow and red are going to join on water. We'll have to see if they build a second dock. That's going to be telling us what's up. Instead, what I'm expecting is Huns and Berbers are probably going to be much stronger going for an attack on land, which might be the plan. Now, blue has already walled up, but it's still Dark Age walls, and after that, Feudal Age walls, so it might be... Oh, look at that. See that? Look at that. Blue going to stone. That's a dead giveaway. He wants to stonewall this. So he wants to stonewall. He wants to castle up at some point. So blue's going to defend this. He's not going to be attacking across land. That's something that we know now. I would be very surprised if they do that. All of this, what blue's doing, and then still attack over land. Go for some sort of YOLO land strat. I don't think so. So yeah. There you have it. So now let's see if a second dock is being built now. I mean, red is making walls, so he can't afford that second dock. Yellow is not building a second dock either. He's making barracks. Oh, there you go. There you go. So it's not going to be water for yellow. Instead, he's trying to go. I mean, I guess for feudal aggression then. It's not fast castle because he should have been on gold for that. And you won't have the food either, I think. So yeah, it's gonna be purple on his own, trying to get some fire galleys out to maybe defend his teammates and delay as much as he can. But it's gonna be difficult because you're up against two really strong water civs. Vikings are good if they can master galleys, which is it's possible on a map like this. You're far away from your opponent. You have some time. Of course, longboats will dominate everything in the castle age. So at that point, I wouldn't want to play against Vikings anyways. As you see, yep, stone walls coming up. Purple sees that as well. If they want to deny this, they have to be fast. They have to be really fast. Get some archers out and deny the stone wall. So it's essential that red gets some archers out now. And red is making... Oh, he's making fire galleys, though. Wait. No, it's purple. Never mind. I was confused there for a second. It's like, how in God's name are you going to afford fire galleys and archers? It's crazy. I just don't think they're going to be able to break through, are they? Yeah, you're just gonna get stone walls. It's gonna delay them a lot more. At that point, you're gonna have to go to castles to get rams out. In which case, blue will just get some mangonels. Yeah, blue, because he focused on the walls, made sure that those were completely up. At this point, it's gonna be really difficult for Ofertas' team to break through. There's still some possibilities, by the way. You could always transport, right? You can always still transport some vills around. As yellow is about to lose all his fish here. Yep, that was bound to happen. That's goodbye fish for them. Red will lose his fish as well because water is not a concern here. And we're just going to have to see what kind of pressure Ofertas' team can do with their army because they are going to fall behind in economy now. You will notice up here, their VirgoCup will start to drop, whereas the VirgoCup for Clan Argentine D is going to go up higher and higher because they are going to be adding fish, which is a lot nicer. Anyway, yeah, like look at that. Stone walls are up. Also good, he's walling behind his house, but he needs one more. Oh, blue. There's a hole there. That's a hole. If that house goes down, that's a hole in the stone wall. Oh, boy. I hope blue notices that at some point. There's a hole over here as well, but he's going to patch that up. He's thinking about that. Only needs to wall this side up as red is coming forward. But it's not a whole lot that he can hit at this point. We got yellow trying to get up to the castle age. As you can see, he's not making anything. He's going to go for a market. I think his build order was a bit off. He needed some villagers on gold as well. He would have been able to click up by now. You know, I mean, he lost his fish, that's true, but I think a fast castle bolt order is perfectly possible once you try to, on a map like this. You know, I do that on Nomad all the time. You know, you get some fish out, try to go fast castle, and you lose your fish anyways if you don't go to water. You know, in which case, that's okay. As long as you get the castle so you can add some town centers, that's the thing. We have red now here with the archers. Okay, this is the unit that we needed before to deny blue the wall off. But blue, oh, he's going to go for a tower. Well, I mean, he's on stone, so I guess it's okay. But, I mean, it will definitely immediately snuff out the aggression from red. So, you know what? Since blue is the defensive player, I actually don't mind the tower here. Because now red is never going to be able to push in on this side. Because even if you wall behind, red can still eventually push in then. So, although at that point it would be stone walls, so I guess it doesn't really matter. It's fine. Now, red should focus on this house. That house right there. They can actually see that. They can see that that is not fully walled. Because it's not. And red, I think, noticed that. But of course blue is going to notice this as well. Yeah, red noticed it, attacking the house. Very nice. Problem is, its archers is going to take a while before that goes down. Because yellow isn't here with knights yet. I mean, that's really what yellow needed. We have, ooh, a transport ship for purple. But teal's going to see that if you're not careful. You better hide that transport ship. We have, ooh, a house wall now from a Viking player on the shoreline. I kind of like that. It's going to make it a lot more difficult for purple to land anywhere. We'll have to land right next to the dock for teal, which is, of course, a dangerous place to be. We have... Okay, blue wants the wall behind. See that? He wants the wall because he put some foundations down. That's why that wall is changed. Problem is, he can't because there is archers now firing at this. And those archers will eventually come down. Okay, red now taking the hill. He's now taking down this palisade wall, but there's no hole there, red. Well. Purple still defending his own base at least, but he lost most of his fish, so he's still going to be behind in the economy. Also, I love what the shoreline looked like. Look at that. Some sea breeze living here at the beach with a dock there. Ah, what a nice place to be. We have the transport ship has gone down for purple already. I didn't think that was going to do a whole lot. Red and yellow on the way to Castle Age though. Not so much for blue, but he's about to click up. Teal will click up in a sec as well. And green is already there almost. And green, I like that. Green recognizing the aggression from red and yellow here, and the fact they have one water already, there's no reason for green to stay on water with a whole lot of military. Instead, you just keep your ships posted on the shoreline, check if red and yellow are trying to go back to water, and instead switch to land military. Now he is going to make some knights then, I guess, as the pocket player, the middle pocket, you might call it. Italian knights are okay. They have the upgrades and castles that you need, but long term, of course, not the best unit to make. You want to switch into something like Genoese crossbowmen. As, well, red is gonna break in here at some point, but by the time he does, there will be knights behind this, so... Yeah, Ofertas' team was not able to do early damage, and as a result, water has been won almost now by Clan Argentine D. They will be able to start adding more fishing ships, which is something that they should start doing. Especially green and blue should start adding fish. Blue not being on fish is now going to be a mistake. Blue should add a dock now. Get your food up. Instead of making farms, right? Just get a dock up, get some fishing ships out. That's kind of the way to go at this point. So yeah, green is adding more docks. That's for fish. Make that more, you know, efficient. I like to see the Dravidian as the pocket going fast in with the unique ships. Ooh. Maybe. I mean, it's going to be difficult to go fast in, obviously. But, because I don't think they have a good bonus really related to that. That would help them. But I imagine getting some Therosidai out, indeed, to do a lot of damage on water. Of course, it's a very expensive Imperial Age ship that you won't be able to get before then. As, wow, Red almost breaking through this freaking stone wall. And then, yeah, but he unfortunately has to be backing off because of this tower. Again, I don't think these towers are really useful. I mean, you could just wall behind, right? Wall like that, and you're fine. But at this point, it's fine. It's fine. Besides, green was here with knights as well. Now, the result is that that Ofertas' team now has the land. They could collect some relics if they wanted to. So we have, ooh, purple hitting the fishing ships from Teal. Very nicely done, actually. Getting him behind the army for Teal, who's probably going to have to back up now to defend his fish. We tried it yesterday on Northern Islands. You can probably do 19-minute imp time with the build order. Wow, that's impressive. And just because those fishing ships carry more fish. Jeez. That's, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Of course, you're going to have to keep your fish safe, of course. So not let Purple raid your fishing ships. As, yeah, Purple is going to lose his fire galleys over there now. Purple, yeah, losing his fish early on as well means that he won't be able to get up the castles in time. So yeah, he's dropping a marker now to buy his way up because he knows he needs fire ships now in order to stay competitive on water. Because the fact is, green not going to water means that purple is basically 1v1 versus Vikings, and he's fine. He's fine. He's even sending his military to the east now and hitting the fish for green. I love this. I love this. There's nothing to raid for Teal on purple shoreline. We can see he has no fishing ships, but there's plenty of stuff to raid for green on this side. I like this a lot. So green is reacting to it right now. He's going to try to run away. 3 200 wood every 8 helps too. Oh, right, that's true. You're right. I forgot about that bonus. Yeah, that means you don't need a whole lot of people on wood then. Well, then there's definitely no excuse for blue to not have been docking for now. I got 200 free wood for every age up. Let's say, yeah, I like the fact that purple is chasing down the fish. I don't like the fact he's taking a fight here against Teal before upgrades. Yeah, of course he couldn't get upgrades yet because he's not in Castellate. But yeah, in the end, some value, you know, purple got from his fire galleys. In the meantime, we have a Mangonel slowly rushing away. I think you need a ram here. Mangonels don't do a whole lot of damage versus this, so you want to get a ram out. That will allow you to get through the walls faster. The problem is, of course, blue's just going to defend with his own Mangonels and destroy any ram that you sent now. As you have, look at that. Look at all these town centers being built at the same time. Also, hey, how did these freaking knights get in here? It looks like green has transported some knights to the other side. Not something that yellow expected. As yellow's dropping some panic DCs on the wood lines as he's being raided by the knights. Italian knights getting some value here. Very nice. 7 kills on those already. That's some villagers down. They do have full upgrades as well, so they can stay under town centers for a longer period of time. Yeah, we have Teal slowly pushing purple off the map now. Yeah, the water is now definitively won for Clan Argentine D. We have, yeah, trying to break this wall down, but look how slow it goes as blue committing to a castle. If the wall goes down, maybe, nah, so many villages. That's like half the economy being sent to build this castle, and the castle will go up, and at that point, yeah, red's gonna have to back up, losing a Mangonel. Not lose the other Mangonel as well. Red, no. Yeah, blue is just doing a good job defending. This is exactly what you want to do if you're doing this role, right? You win water, you build castles and stone walls. Don't go for too much economy and military as blue, because you want to keep the walls up. That's the most important thing. I think Ofertas' team would have been able to break in earlier if they had been a bit faster about it, maybe going for a scout rush instead of trying to go for a fast castle. But, oh man. Also, Rock Knuckles, how are you doing? Good to see you, man. Where are the Goths? Not in this game. Not in this game. I mean, Goths are, you know, a fun unit to use on this map, huh? Category C teams will swear by Goths from Glacial because you get to sit in the back and just boom. You ask Piojo from Estamos GG, he will tell you. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet strategy they have going on. I think it can be countered, you know, by an early Wong rush on the Goth player. It will definitely counter that. Because if you're say the Goth player is right here, starts booming, right? It will not have military until gets the economy out. You Wong rush them with some early Castle Siege Monk push. That will force the middle pocket to make a choice, right? Either he makes land military to help his buddy, and as a result loses water, or he stays on water and is 1v1, you know, against a potential 2v1 because blue might help. I'm just saying it can be countered, but if you of course let the Goth player boom, then you know it is indeed Goth country. And wow, thank you for the 4 months, Rock Knuckles, for the resubscription. GG's. I'm not sure why I'm not getting a notification right now. What is this? You darn stream desk. Show the god darn subscriber you know, video that I made. Ah. Okay, well I guess we'll see it some other time then. I like to try it, says Max. Well, go for it. If you do that, I'll cast it. Probably. Most likely. That should be fun, actually. We have cavalry archers on a hill. I mean, Huns get cheap cavalry archers, but those cavalry archers, though cheap, will not break through fortified walls now. Yeah, blue is just being such a boomer right now. He's just turtling behind the walls, and you see that red and yellow just struggle to break through. There's just not much they can do. The problem is, look at the eco difference. 168 villagers for Ofertas' team, 220 for Clan Argentine D. Jeez. Oh, man. Yeah, but thanks for the subscription, Rock Knuckles. Even if my stream program doesn't thank you, which is I'll give him a good spanking later. That's what I'll do. Yeah, we got frickin' Viking galleons now because the Viking player with the fish is an Imperial Age, and you'll see the Imperial Age times are going to be so much better now for everyone on the side for Clan Argentine D. Oh, man. Where are the transport ships? The transport ships. Well, I mean, green has one, but Ofertas' team, they could have done this, by the way. It's not like teal was dominating water until about now, right? It's not like yellow could have done what green was doing. Get a transport ship, transport your knights, bam, hit the economy. But they didn't do it. I think they should have just tried to transport around the walls as well, instead of trying to break in with feudal age archers against stone walls. Fortunately, they didn't think of it, and as a result, they are now... yeah, sitting outside the walls. They can't attack on the left, they can't attack on the right because of the castle and the navy, respectively. And yeah, now you're just kind of sitting there while blue's laughing at you like, ha ha, you're outside the walls, you can't come in. Nah, 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 nah. It's our base and you're not allowed in. Now I'm getting some childhood traumas. We have green, yeah, yellow. Is fighting ships with knights, which may be akin to fighting windmills, as you know, one would call a useless and ineffective task. As you can see, it's not. I mean, only if teal sits on the shoreline you can get some kills. But honestly, no. What you need here is Mamelukes. They shred ships. That's the great way to go about it. Water windmills, exactly. Oh, that would be cool. Imagine that, being able to build a mill in the middle of the sea and then have a nicer fish boom. Imagine that. That'd be a sweet freaking building to going for. Age of Empires, make us a building like that. A dock you can build with fishing ships in the middle of the water, right? That would be awesome. Imagine that. But then, maybe for balance, you can only fish from it, so you can't make military from it. That would maybe be fair. Because otherwise you can just build docks right next to your opponent, right? And that would be pretty OP. That would immediately nullify the defender's advantage. You know, it would certainly change water meta. But on maps like this, you could fish in the middle of the map fairly easily then. And on a map like Earth, where the fish is like all the way in the corner and the land ends right there, you can actually take the fish in the corner as well. Alright, we got a little bit of a pause. We don't have to worry about that because we don't see that. Now, we have Imperial Age coming in for red and purple and yellow. So they have made it to the Imperial Age, not that far behind but far behind green and blue actually. So it's not like the fish really benefited blue and green too much. That's because they didn't really fish, right? So they didn't fish boom. That's why they didn't actually extend their lead as much. They still could do that. They're doing it now. Yeah. We got ourselves a landing. Here you go. I'm afraid of the red ideas he was planning for a lot of time. For the red ideas. Are you talking about my ideas or Goa's ideas? Because he's been sitting there with capped rams and with cavalry archers. We're waiting for him to break in. The problem is, the landing is on. And we got the condottiere raids. Huns. Yes. I think it's a bit late now to start pushing in. You know, it's not like green and blue aren't ready for this now. Yeah. I mean, I hope they're going to push through. Catrams will be able to break through. The problem is, you're going to have to deal with this in the back of your base. And purple has the worst... well, not the worst economy, actually. Red has a worse economy. But purple certainly does not have the military to deal with this at the moment. As he's trying to get some arbalists out to deal with the condottieros. But the condottieros are already here. They're raiding. Yeah. Well, I think we are in trouble. I think we are in a lot of trouble right now. Bye-bye Byzantines, you might say. Indeed. And yeah, this is indeed what teal can do. He doesn't have to wait until red and yellow finally decide that it's time to break through the walls. Instead, you just go to the other side, land, and this is exactly what teal should be doing. This is a really effective landing. It's already denying the potential trade in the future. Condottiere raiding everywhere. Purple tries to get the quick walls up, but nope, they get into the wood lines. And this is such a sweet unit. You don't have to upgrade it to the elite version, unlike champions. You can just immediately start raiding. They're fast as well. They're an awesome unit for this. And remember, with Vikings, you get more HP on these as well. So more HP than you normally would get with Italians. Yeah, as the Berber player is forced to send cavalry back home now, as finally we go for the attack. Siege Ram is in, will break through these walls quite quickly, but we've got Cavalier with the second armor upgrade coming in as well for the Italian player. I mean, Berbers can make more units, but the Italians can make an equally strong unit in that they also get all the upgrades that they need here. So actually, Berbers versus Italians, if it's both Cavalier, Italians are okay. They're okay. As purple is getting completely overrun right now. He needs yellow to keep him alive. But the thing is, it's just going to get worse and worse as pikemen get out as well. The walls finally come crumbling down. After 41 minutes, blue finally has to deal with military in his base. But green is here. Blue is here. Pikemen are here. Cavalier are here. And they're going to be okay. I mean, they need something against the cavalry archers still. But, you know. Everybody was condo raiding. Aren't you funny? As yeah, look at that yellow army completely melting before our eyes with the halberdiers in there and then the cavalier. Red is gonna have to push back, go back uphill. The cap rams have died and purple is slowly, no actually not slowly, fast dying to the aggression. The GG is called and Clan Argentine D winning the game on their home map with just perfect strategy for Glaciar gets the win. G to the G. Yeah, very nicely done. Yeah, well played on all sides. This was a really good set, you guys. Really nicely done. But in the end, Clan Argentine D, playing the map as it's supposed to be played for sure, gets the win. Nicely done. Yeah, this landing was impossible to stop for purple. He was too far behind. Too far behind. Wasn't able to get up the castles in time. Wasn't able to get the boom going in time. And it's all because he didn't have fish. You know, that's what that does for you. And purple, I mean, teal had an awesome economy, right? That's had the fish for a long time. Well, at the boom going, was an imp faster. It was all good for him on that side. So, what went wrong for Ofertas' team? Because I think you can certainly pinpoint a few things that went wrong. I think for one, purple having a very late castle time certainly did him no favors on water, right? If you had a better castle time, maybe get that market up faster, buy your way up, get your fire ships out, you could actually compete with the Vikings on water because he wasn't making any longboats, which means that fire ships, Byzantine fire ships no less, will certainly be competitive. As for yellow and red, now I like the idea that they had. They wanted to stay on land. That's the two civs that they had. That's what they kind of, their idea there. That's fine, right? But blue had the right idea. He was going to wall up, and yellow and red just were not able to break through the walls until just after 40 minutes. So long. And I think what didn't help is that red came forward kind of late when blue was already stonewalled pretty much. Yellow was trying to get at the cast stage fast, but his build order seemed a bit off. Like, he didn't really have a very fast castle time. And after the walls were up, yellow could have transported at any time and maybe come behind the walls, stop blue from walling behind, killing these towers and things, and maybe they would have been able to break in earlier and do some damage. And after that, they were just kind of waiting for a push, but the longer you wait, the better the economy will get for Clan Argentine D. Look at the end, 220 versus 369. Quite the difference. One thing that went so wrong is Vikings making condotieros their civilizations didn't meet in any era. That is actually not true. That is not true. Vikings totally met the Italians. You know, if anything, Sicilians are actually Vikings who have gone down and conquered southern Italy. So, yeah, Italians actually did fight the Vikings more than you think. Like, a lot, actually. I mean, yeah, you can call them Sicilians, but, yeah, no, certainly so. Yeah, if you look at the raids for Vikings, those freaking longboats showed up everywhere in Europe for like 200 years. Trust me, it was a scary time to live in. Like, you think you live all the way upriver? Exactly, the Varangian Guard in the Byzantine Empire was basically just Vikings, the Volga Vikings, right? The future Russians coming down as mercenaries to be the Imperial Guard for the Emperor, exactly. The Varangian Guard, which is a unit that should kind of be in this game as well. Oh, that'd be awesome. Give Byzantines, instead of Champion, give them Varangian Guard. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, because we're kind of doing that now, you know, Gurjars have Scwreamerr riders, right? Which is a unique unit that no one else has. Maybe the devs are thinking about these kind of unique units that aren't, you know, aren't as unique unique units, but still Civ specific. I would like to see Varangian Guards in that matchup. Like, maybe a champion with less HP, but very high, you know, attack that negates a bit of armor. That would be cool. Those Viking bastards were raiding the world. Oh yeah, they were. Like, trust me, if they had known the way around Africa, they would have gone to Asia as well. The thing is, they didn't know the way. No one did at that time. So, and the Suez Canal didn't exist yet, so. Alright, well, let's have a look at the statistics, shall we? We got, looking at the military count, yeah, much better KDs for Clan Argentine. The fights that they were having on the front with Blue's walls were good for them. And of course, Teal doing a lot of damage on water and then on land. Yeah, it was just the waiting game, man. It was, Clan Argentine was booming up to the late game. They were going to have a stronger late game because of the fish and the fact their economy wasn't hit at all. And Ofertas' team wasn't able to do damage to Clan Argentine before that moment kicked in. And that's kind of why they lost. That's my analysis at least. But yeah, that's just kind of how Glaciata goes. Your opponent can go for a greedy boom. The challenge is to deny them that. And yeah, they weren't able to do it this time. But maybe next time they will. I mean, these games go back and forth quite easily actually. So we'll see. Yeah, look at the economy. Look at the difference. Look at that. Like, if you count all these together, only yellow had a decent economy compared to the Argentinian players here. Yeah, look at that. Every one of them almost, 45,000 resources on average collectively. Now, who was the fastest player of this match? It was Blue, Kirito, once again being the fastest player. But Glaciar is a pretty chill map. You don't have to be as fast as normal maps. Anyways, I'd like to say congratulations for Clan Argentine for winning this set. A hard-fought victory for sure, because Ofertas' team certainly made them work for it. And of course, good luck next time for Ofertas, the team. GG.